Today our topic is in knitting technology only. In the knitting technology, there is a subtopic is there. And one of the topic is called as a there is a symbolic representation of interlock and symbolic the characteristics of interlock knit structure and features of interlock knit structures. Okay, in interlock knit structures, the interlock knit structure is interlocking of two one and one rib structure, means the plane as well as the weaving structures 1 into 1 or 2 into 2 or 3 into 3. It is a plane view, 1 into 1, 1 by 1 up, 1 down, like that. The interlock is the interlocking of two 1 and 1 rib structure. The interlocking is a result of crossing of the sinker loop. Sinker loop is nothing but the joining of two types of loops is locking with the sinkers of an instrument. It is called as a sinker. By interchanging of sinker loops between the front and back whale, by joining by two connecting loopholes, by formation of continuous looping formation, by adjusting the types of settings of knit structures. This is the fail of rib structures. Rib is nothing but C. In the first type of symbolic representation, diagrammatic representation of fabric, the two legs are showing in the face side, and another line is totally back side, and another one is showing face and another one is back. In that second loop formation of the back side of called as back, and second one is showing face, the back, and it is showing the face. The legs are showing face means one up, one down, and means one face and one back, one face and one back. And next back is the first face only, the legs are showing face, and second line the legs are in back side, after that front side of the legs, and after that back, after that. In that way the face veil of rib structures are in the form made. So okay, and back reserve means opposite direction of the face. First of all, we have taken the face side, and now it is the back side and face or back and face, and next to face, back, face and back, and now next to back, face, back, face. So in that way reverse and formation of the veils of the representation, and it's a symbol representation of interlock. And 0 is nothing but first of all it's a face, back and face, and it is a back, and next it will be back and face and back and it is face. So this is the symbolic representation of the short needles and the long needles, and it is a diagram representation knit wise, course wise, and dial wise, and cylinder wise. And first one is the DC is showing the face side, and second one is the back side. And knit course in the second diagram it shows face side, and it will be shows to the back side. Characteristics and features and properties of interlock structures. As the face loops are directly in the front of the reserve loops in each whale, if the fabrics viewed from one side and then from the other side, it would present the appearance of plain knit structure. Shows that since again repeating, a face loop are directly in front of the reserve loops, means face loop is reserve of each whale and back to back. If the fabrics are viewed from one side to other side, the appearance also plain like knit structure only it will be appear. The fabric is firm due to the interlocking structures knitted in two separate planes by the sinker loops. It will be easy to identify the structures in the knit in the two separate planes by the sinker loops. The structures do not curl at edges when cut. The structures do not curl at edges when cut. means the fabric does not exist, means it will be shown that edges when cut. The structures is more ladder resistance than either the single jersey or rib structures. The structures are in more ladder resistance than either the single jersey and the rib structures. The knitting of the structures with cylinders and dial needles makes the structures thicker, stronger and less elastic, and it has a near to woven structure, and cutting and sewing operations are easier for garment making. It ungrooves from the coarse knitted. The last has two courses of knitted made on effective course in the knit structure. The production rate is reduced to half for the same speed as that of the rib of single jersey knitting machine. As two course knitting made means the effective structures will be production reduced by the single knitting jersey machines. The speed of and number of feeds are reduced for effecting the productions due to complicated mechanism cam tracks, short and long needles operating on the machine. The fabrics becomes costlier per linear meter due to increase in thickness and less production. The interlock machines are finer gauge than the other machines as alternate needles only knit structures are formation. This is called as a characteristics and very features, and it ungrooves the coarse knit structures at the last. The production rate is very required for the same speed and very complicated jersey. In that there is a very linear woven structures. Cutting sewing options are very delicate. In interlock is very costly and very high effective fabrics and very hygienic in stitching of the garments, and they do not curl edges when cut. Why? Because the fabrics decomposes with the stitches. After that the thread will be longer than the stitches along with the edges of the yarn. It will be pulled, the totally fabric will be damaged. So we have to check properly under the unlocking of the threads, totally edges becomes. And two courses of knit may one effective course is knit structure. The production rate is reduced to half for the same speed and the end of the rib of single jersey knitting machine. The interlock machines are very finer gauge than the machines are alternate needles only knit. So this is the characteristics and properties and features of the interlock knit structures. Okay, thank you.